Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, long time, ain't it? Well, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'm just speaking saying hey to everybody. Hope y'all is doing good. You know, I try to smile talk for it. It ain't really nothing going on, y'all, but I try to smile talk with y'all because I really do. I'm really in my heart just like, okay, I'm really just trying to connect with the people. God had me in my bubble. He had me isolated in my little bubble, but I still be like, okay, let me try to connect with the people. So I just try to smile, talk, chop it up, you know. But he do have his warnings and stuff like that he give me to give to you all. I'm tickling myself. Yeah. So I'm just speaking, saying hey to y'all. I've been seeing stuff out, but God won't let me remember everything. It's like something just off with me right now. But He did let me remember something that I seen today. He let me remember something that I seen today. So I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna speak on this person who gave a prophetic revelation, because I don't take credit for other people's revelations. Like God come to me with his own revelation that he want to show me. So if he give me a revelation and I hear it from another person, I give that person full credit for the revelation that God showed them. I don't try to just run and take other people revelations like you be seeing people do. Because God give me my own revelations. But I'm going to speak on it because God said everybody might not hear the revelation in its entirety. Some people might miss it because they might not see the actual video. So he told me to speak on it because I was speaking on it to my daughter and she was like, ooh, mama, that make perfect sense. If y'all don't know, y'all, God, he really is like a logical, common sense type person, even though stuff be in the supernatural. Do that make sense? Yeah. So when I was telling my daughter this revelation, she was like, yeah, mom. She's like, matter of fact, that do make sense. So I'm going to speak on that revelation and give credit where credit is due, because this is not my revelation. I have my own revelation that God showed me, but I'm speaking on the revelation that I saw, that another person, that God revealed to another person. So, yeah. So, trying to see where this going to go. That's the only thing that's coming to me to talk about, the revelation. And then just smile talk about Judas and my own personal take on Judas a little bit. God ain't gave me nothing dealing with Judas, but this is what's coming to me while I'm doing the video. My first mind, this is what it's telling me I'm gonna be talking about. It give me a whole rundown. It said talk about the vision you had today. Talk about the revelation of this person, and then just give your take and your opinion on Judas a little bit. So that's what this gonna be. Wow, God. You gave me, you ain't got me all over the place with this one. You got me a whole outline of what I'm supposed to be talking about. Like, wow. Yeah, I be tickling myself. I'm a walker joke. Ooh, do not pay me no attention. But yeah, so yeah, y'all ready for this? They said some more snow supposed to be coming in February. But it do normally snow in February. I was pregnant with one of my daughters in February. Yeah, I'm tickling myself. Because I was pregnant with one of my daughters, and I was in labor with her. And while I was in labor with her, it was ice everywhere. And it took me so long, y'all, for me to get from the house to the truck. Like, it took, like, for me to get to my vehicle, it took me so long. Like, I was out there pregnant. I'm like 9 months pregnant, sliding on ice. Like, I'm like, God, I got to get to the hospital. When she was born. This is what I remember. And it was February 14th. So February 14th, I'm like in this labor. I'm like, it taking me so long. I remember ice everywhere. I remember me trying to like get in my car. Like, I'm like 9 months pregnant, just lying, just like, oh, I gotta get to the hospital. And then when I finally get to the hospital, it was so many people having babies on February 14th. They told me to go back home. They were like, man, we is past capacity. So I do know that the year that my daughter was born, it's a lot of February 14th babies born, because I couldn't even get a room. They told me to go back home. So I'm just took her every time I think about that. And she ended up being born a couple of days later, but they like, ma'am, it's February 14th, and all these people up in here trying to have their babies. They were like, you gonna have to go back home. I'm like, I done spent all this time just lying across. I'm 9 months pregnant now, y'all. My belly is all the way out there. So I'm like, I'm just in the yard, just sliding my way, trying to figure out a way how to get from the porch to the car. And I was sliding everywhere. And then for them to tell me you gonna have to go back home, you know, cause they was packed, like everybody was trying to have their baby February 14th. But I'm really like in labor, but everybody is like having their babies February 14th. But I did have her a couple days later, so yeah. So that's funny to me thinking about that whole little incident. That's kind of funny. So yeah, y'all, my vision. So today I had a vision, y'all. I've been laying down, so I seen a lot of stuff, but what God is allowing me to actually remember, now some of the other stuff might come back. But what he allowed me to remember was, in this vision, it was something going on in the sky. It was something going on in the sky. It's going to be supernatural. It's going to be some stuff we ain't never seen before. Because in the vision, I was looking up at the sky, and I saw something. And I knew it wasn't like normal. Like, I knew this wasn't normal. So in the vision, I get my camera and I just videotape what was going on in the vision. And it's something going on with the sky. So, that was the vision. Yeah. I know, quick, huh? So, from that vision, God saying be on the lookout. It's going to be something that's going to go on in the sky. It's going to be something supernatural. Something supernatural going to go on. And he's actually going to allow me to record whatever this is. So that's what that means, and that was the vision, and that's what that is. And the end. But it was something supernatural that went on, because in the dream I was like, ooh. But I was like, ooh, let me get my camera. And in the vision I actually had my camera. So God saying, whatever this is, I'm going to let you, it's going to be for you to record. You're going to actually be able to physically record what you seeing in the sky. I'm going to let you see it, and you're going to be able to put it on camera, and you're going to have some real evidence. Because it was just something going on in the sky. It was supernatural. And I was like, ooh, let me get my camera. And I was like, in the vision, I'm just sitting there recording everything that I'm seeing that's going on in the sky. So it's something supernatural that's finna happen in the sky, y'all. And you see, my eyes see everything. So he's saying I'm going to see this too. And he said I'm going to even record it. He said it's going to even be available for me to record. So that was the vision, y'all. Y'all see how I was driving. And I be posting videos just to confirm what be going on and what I be speaking. But you see how I had seen the rainbow clouds in the sky. I didn't even know what it was. Because to me, a rainbow was red, blue, yellow, green, orange, purple, brown, black, white. I'm like, this don't look like no rainbow, but I don't know what this is. And later on, it was an article, and it had a picture of what I saw. But I did record this. I did record what I was seeing in the sky. But I didn't post it till I seen the article. I was like, okay, that's what I saw. And they call it rainbow clouds. So I was like, okay, I seen some rare wine. Because everything I see be rare, y'all. They be like, ooh, this is the rarest thing you ever want to see. And then I'm looking in the sky. I'm like, what is that? My kids, they be witnesses to everything going on. I be like, what is that going on right now? You know, so I seen the rainbow clouds. And then I've been seeing halos. And the halo is when the sun is got two bright lights beside it, and it's in the form of a rainbow. Those are halos. I've been seeing a lot of them, and they said them so rare to see. And I was posting. I probably posted like 7 of them, 7 different ones I seen, 7 different halos. But I seen way more since then. Like, I see a halo like every other day. I be looking, I don't know. I'm like, God, why my eyes just wander off? I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, dog, there go a halo. And it be a halo. And I seen so many of them, I just stopped recording them at this point. I was like, okay. It's not rare no more. And then when I was with my kids, I went to the fair, y'all. I seen the double rainbow. Like, me and my kid, it just storming outside, really. And I'm like, okay, as soon as the rain go down a little bit, we gonna go to the fair and kind of enjoy ourselves. And during that time, it was a double rainbow in the sky. And they say double rainbows rare. So the rarest thing that these people is saying is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing them all everywhere I go. But God is telling me it's something to go on in the sky. And he said, you're going to be able to record what this is. And he said it's going to be something supernatural. So I'm just sitting back waiting, y'all, trying to see what this supposed to be that he supposed to be showing me that supposed to be going on in the sky. So yeah, so that's what that was. That's what I seen today. That's what I was doing. So it's already in motion. If I see myself recording something in the sky, y'all, it has already happened. It's already in motion. So It's just a matter of time before I'm in the physical, like, ooh, let me get there. Because I already saw myself doing it in the spiritual. I don't want y'all to be confused, y'all. It's 2 dimensions. One dimension is a direct reflection of the other dimension. What I see in the spiritual it gotta manifest in the physical. Yeah. So that's what I seen today. Cause I ain't trying to confuse y'all with all this. So that's what I seen today. The thing is the revelation. So I was listening to this dude. He's prophetic too, and he go by MacPraze. So he was giving his revelation of Adam and Eve, and when they ate the forbidden fruit. So when he was giving his revelation, he was just saying that, like when we read the Bible, we just assume that God told Adam and Eve one time, do not touch that fruit. They touched the fruit, then boom, then everything just went wrong. He said, but the way God do us is the same way he did Adam and Eve. He basically said so many words that he told them over and over and over and over and over to not eat this fruit. Like he constantly instructed them to not eat this fruit. And this is the revelation from the prophetic guy who go by MacPraze. So I'm just speaking his revelation because God told me to speak it, because it's other people that might not hear. So he like, just speak on the revelation, but just get credit where credit is due. So this is not my revelation. God give me my own revelations. So his revelation and what God told him was, it wasn't just no one time, okay, you eat the fruit, okay, he tempted, okay, all this go wrong, and then everybody just suffering at this point. He said, when you read the Bible, God talk about how he walked with Adam and Eve and how he was with them. They was well aware not to eat this fruit. Basically, they was well aware. Like when God tell us not to do something, we are well aware not to do it. And sometimes we do it over and over and over and over. And then finally it be consequences behind it. It's very seldom that sometimes you do something one time and it's a consequence. Like, it's very seldom that it happen like that. It can, certain circumstances can happen like that, but a lot of times God give you warnings. Like with me and these visions, he give you warning and warning and warning. I should have said it again, and warning. Do I need to say it one more time? And warning not to do something. Warning what's to come. Warning, warning, warning. And then he finally strike down. So the guy, he was saying the same thing, that God was warning them about not eating this particular tree, not eating this fruit. They was well aware not to do this, and they end up doing it anyway. And he also said that even though the Bible say that Eve ate the fruit, the Bible don't say how many times she was even tempted before she finally gave in and ate the fruit. Like, it wasn't, like, the Bible don't really disclose that. So everybody assumed that, she was tempted one time, she just went and ate the fruit. But it could have been, she been turning Satan down over and over and over. And he constantly been going to her about, you need to eat this fruit. You need to eat this fruit. And she been telling him, no, 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 no. And then she finally probably just was weak and just was weak at one point or another and gave in. And that's when everything changed for humanity. So that's his revelation. And I would tell my daughter the revelation. And she like, mama, that make perfect sense. Because God been telling my daughter, it's some things that she has to like clean up and do. And she's going to have to fix herself up on some things. And, I always find, and I'm not judging nobody, but she always fall back into what God told her she need to come out of. So he'll be like, okay, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. And then she'll be like, mama, God told me this. But then she'll end up doing, I'm like, if God, I do. My daughter, the one that had open revelation, I said, God talks directly to you. He talks directly to you. You got a special relationship with God. I said, me, he come me in vision and dreams. I said, but he's talking directly to you. When I have vision and dream, they say you see in part and you hear in part. That means that you ain't gonna see everything going on. You ain't gonna hear everything going on. So a lot of people, their revelations might be off a little bit, which God, he leave it up for interpretation. Like back in the Bible days, in the Old Testament, God spoke directly to the prophets. So it was no way to, like, not understand what he was saying, because it was a direct connection. With the New Testament, with Jesus, it's like you hear in part and you see in part. So it's like your interpretation is a part of it all too. Your interpretation. So when I see something might be like this, And people might be like, "Oh, you said this, but it was like that," and all that is factored into these prophecies. All of it, unless God come directly to you, and God comes directly to my daughter with everything, and I always be like, "Oh, you lucky." I was like, if God came and he was just sitting there chopping it up with me and talking to me about what to do, what not to do, all this stuff. I said, girl, I gotta go help business. I gotta lay down. I gotta get something out translated. I don't know what nothing mean. I'm just walking around here trying to solve the riddles. Put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'm like a real investigator. Like I'm a real PI private investigator trying to figure out, break the code on these visions. Because everything I see happen, so I know it's like urgent for me to even figure out what it even means. So I'm in overdrive to figure out what it even means. I said, but he talking directly to you. And I said, but she said, she can't do the vision dream. She like, Mama, I can't do all that vision dream, like what you be seeing. I can't do that. I guess God know what we can and what we can't do. He talked directly to her. So if he say something to her, it's like, okay. But she said she can't do the vision dream. She can't just lay down, see the stuff that's gonna happen, how it happen, stuff like that. Even though she do have vision and dreams too. But her strength of her prophetic gift, and I heard too, but but my gift and my strength of my gift is when I go to sleep, go get in that bed. Okay, it's finna go down because I'm finna see all this stuff going on. Now he'll talk to me too when I'm out. I'm like, okay, this going on with this person. I just, that's how I be. But that's what I was telling you. I'm like, God telling you all this stuff directly. Girl, why is you not listening to God telling you all this stuff directly? I said, but God, he's so passionate and he's so patient with us. Like, he's not like trying to bust her head over. I told you not to do this, but you doing it anyway. Or you ain't doing what I told you. Like, he ain't coming like that. And probably with Adam and Eve, he ain't come at them like that. He just comes with telling them what they can't do, what they can't do, what they can't do. And then and at a certain point, even with Satan, that might not have even been the first time that Eve was even tempted by Satan in the Garden of Eden. That might not have even been the first time. But eventually, she became weak and she gave in to his temptations. So that's what the prophetic guy I was telling y'all about. That was his revelation. I'll bring down to my daughter because, like I said, I see this repetitive motion with her. And I was like, girl, God telling you stop. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to clean this up, you got to clean that up. Like, she was like, God told me I got to stop this, God told me to do that, like, she'll give me a whole breakdown of everything she got to do. And I'm looking like, well, why you ain't doing it? Because I'm like, if you got the direct connection with them. So I'm trying to figure, so I can't make no, I'm like, but we all on this journey of life. So, but whatever she got going on, that's her and God. Like, it ain't for me to do or say nothing. And actually, when I was talking to her, my mind was just blank. So she was trying to like talk to me about stuff going on. I was like, girl, my mind is blank right now. God ain't told me to tell you nothing. And she was laughing. She like, but I was like, girl, my mind is blank. I was like, I don't know what God is completely like, it's nothing. Like, I have nothing to say. Good or bad. Like, it's like nothing there. And she was kind of like tickled. Because she was looking forward to me just breaking down some stuff and just speaking to her on the prophetic level. And I was like, ain't nothing there. God completely took all that from me. Because she said that, for whatever reason, and I ain't trying to get into too much detail, like she couldn't hear nothing from him. And she heard him directly. So she was like, Mama, it's weird that I don't hear nothing dealing with God. Then you tell me your mind blank, But the following day, she was like, God had a long talk with her about a lot of stuff that she got to do and a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, God be pacifying us. Like, he really do treat us like his kids. Even with us being grown, he still be coming at us like that. So she's like, oh, Mama, God talked to me all morning, Mama. I said, well, why? I said, okay, if God talking to you all morning, you got direct contact right now. You deep right now. I said, ask God why I wasn't able to say nothing to you yesterday. Like, why did he just completely remove any and every type of thought that could come to my head? I was just driving, I was just blank. I'm just like, shoot, girl, I ain't got nothing to say. Everything blank, good and bad. I ain't never even just been like this before. But at that point, that's when I started speaking on the revelation of Eve and the temptations and how that's why I started speaking to her about at that point. Because my mind was just blank. She wanted to hear something. So I just jumped to the conversation of Eve and what I heard, the revelation I heard, and she kept saying, "Ooh, mama, that made perfect sense." So God told me to speak on that revelation to bring it back up. So that's what I'm doing now. But to give credit what credit is due. Because I don't take people's revelation then claim it as my own. If my eyes don't see it, I can speak on it and say, okay, this person said this, that person said that. But when I see it for myself, it's locked. But if I don't see it for myself, okay, this person said this, that person said that. This how I move and this how I operate. So he told me to speak on that. So when I heard about that, then it go into Judas. And when Judas betrayed Jesus, and because Judas, he was like so good with money. Like if you go and you read the Bible, he's the one that's speaking on how much all this stuff costs. Like he's speaking on the money value of everything. Like he's the one, like he's like got this gift, this literacy. He got this financial literacy, and he understands everything going on financially. Like he's very knowledgeable when it comes to finances and money and stuff like that. Like that was just his gift. So while he was with Jesus and they was like on their journey, like sometimes like some of the women would use these rich, expensive oils, and Judas would be the one that would say, "Ooh, that was expensive. Oh, they using that oil on you. That's the most expensive oil you can buy." Like he knew about money and he knew about the cost. Even if the other disciples didn't know about the cost, he was well consciously aware about the cost. So it made me go back. The incident with Eve made me go back to Judas and how Satan probably been tempting him over and over and over. Because there was little stuff he would say to where he would be like, wow, why they using all this money? Like that do you know how much this oil costs that they using? You know, like that's how he was talking through the whole thing, like anything dealing with finance and stuff like that. So it just made me go back to Judas and just everything that just kind of went down with that too. And it might have been other incidents where he even turned down, nah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. Like Eve. And then at a certain point, he just gave in to the temptation, so to speak. He just kind of gave in to the temptation. But the betrayal of Jesus, he could have possibly been, because Satan, they say he like a roaring lion, seeking who he can devour. So if he see an opportunity, he's going to, at one point or another, test the opportunity. So with Judas, it probably was opportunities that had been coming up. And Judas probably was the same way, like, no. Like with Eve, no. But at a certain point, Satan just got him when he was weak, and he was like, okay. And he just did it like that. But I could tell from the reaction to Judas that he was genuinely sincere in his ways, because he didn't even take the 30 pieces of silver that he betrayed Jesus for. And then he ended up killing himself. So it let me see that he was really sincere and he really regretted what he even did. But he knew he couldn't take it back because everything was in motion at that point. So that's all that God got me speaking on. I was just saying, hey to y'all, it's something supernatural that's finna happen. It's something finna happen. It's gonna be in the sky. And he said I'm gonna be able to record it. Cause the video now recording, so I'm really like, okay, let me make sure I got my camera with me, my phone with me at all times. So if I'm going anywhere and I see something, I'm finna get it. I'm finna record it. He be letting me record stuff anyway, but he like, get your camera together, Sheena, cause some stuff I'm finna really, it's some stuff finna really go on there. Make sure you got your camera. So I'm like, okay, let me have my camera ready. He told me to speak on Eve, because like I said, when my mind went blank, the only story I could speak on was the revelation that I had seen from the prophetic guy MacPraze when he was speaking on Eve. So I'm just like with my daughter, and I'm just speaking on this revelation, and she just kept saying it makes sense. So it's like, don't beat yourself up about it, y'all. When y'all going through stuff and you just saying like, oh, I don't supposed to be doing this, and then you find yourself back in the trap that you came out of, it's like, don't beat yourself up. And so, I mean, just don't beat yourself up. Like, God already know what we going up against. And I'm just talking about in the flesh. Like, once you accept Christ, then you have a different type of protection on you. But he understands we in the flesh, we human and stuff like that. But he do also understand that we got free will. And that means it got to be in your heart to do for you to do it. So he know if your heart is in it to do it, and if you really want to get out of it and you just kind of stuck, so to speak. He know that too. Dog, he just says, something just kind of me when I was speaking this. What else? What just kind of me when I was speaking this? Something just kind of me when I'm speaking this, but I can't go back to the thought. But when I was speaking this, something kept kind of me, and I really wanted to cut it off to speak what kind of me, but it was gonna. Yeah, I ain't trying to confuse y'all. So yeah, y'all, that's all I gotta say. I'm trying to think back if I'm even go back to what just spoke to me, cause it was something, God, it was something. I ain't trying to prolong this video, God. It was something that you probably been speaking on. It was something that you just brought to my remembrance when I was just speaking on. Don't beat yourself down. You said something about don't beat yourself down. Something had come to me when I was saying it, but it ain't come to me now. So, boop. I'll just talk to y'all later. It came to me. So basically, I had this real quick vision, and the vision, it seemed like, I don't know if this was the form of Satan or not, but it was like a little kid that was just running, telling everything going on. Like a little kid that just like, it get to the point where it's annoying, like in the sort of speak, that just like, just want to tell on everything. It was like a telltale type person. And it was just like a little kid. It was like a real quick image. That's why I'm like, my first mind, like, it's like in the form of Satan. And how he be running to God about everything everybody doing. So I had a real quick vision dealing with that. And basically, when I was speaking, like, Satan is strictly by law. Like, everything with Satan, he's an accuser. So basically, when you deal with Satan and when he go before God, he's strictly using the law. Like, the law is like his foundation for any and everything that he try to argue about. It's strictly the law. But if you reborn in Christ, you're not under this law. So it don't apply to you. So he can't really accuse you once you become under the covering of Christ. So that's what God would tell me, and that's what come to me, is that like everybody under the law, Satan is accusing these people. He's like, ooh, this person ain't supposed to do this person doing that, ooh, this person doing this. Like, he's all day long, he just going before God, telling on everybody because he mad. He trying to get everybody in trouble. But once you under Christ, you're not under the covering of the law. So he can't use the law against you. But God just tell me that Satan, he's strictly law. Like everything under the law, anything around the law, anything dealing with the law is what he uses to accuse any and everybody. But once you get under Christ, then you're not under this law no more. And it's a form of protection. He can't argue in court against nothing going on. Like, he can't go before God in the throne and say, okay, this what this person doing, that what that person doing, because we ain't even under the law no more. But people under the law, he's still accusing them people. He like, okay, this person doing this person doing that. That's what he do. Like, he's an accuser. And I had a quick vision, and it just saying, like, it was just like this kid. And it was like this kid was just doing everything just to run and tell, like a telltale. But it was like the worst kind of telltales. It was just like, it was like the worst kind. I don't know if y'all like, what's the worst kind? But it was just like, if somebody constantly run and be like, ooh, mama, he did this. Ooh, mama, she did that. Ooh, mama, she went in the ice cream. Ooh, mama, she dropped this on the floor. Ooh, mama, she went and snuck and got a piece of candy. Ooh, mama, like, this is my interpretation of what I saw, but it was just a real quick glimpse. And it was like this kid. And this kid was like a telltale, and it was just telling everything, just run like anything that's going on, trying to get everybody in trouble, so to speak. But you know how most of the time when you dealing with telltales, the telltale be the one that get in the most trouble. They be trying to clear their name by accusing other people, but in the process, it be like a reverse reaction to it, and that's kind of how it was, y'all. So I'm going to let y'all go. This is what God was telling me. And he was just telling me, when you under the law, Satan is going to use the law against you. But once you come under the covering of Christ, he ain't really got no grounds. Like, he don't have nothing that can stand. That's solid. He don't have nothing solid to stand when he speak against you once you under the new covering. But once you under the old covenant, the law, he know the law like the back of his hand there. And he going to God, and he's accusing any and everybody that's under this law. But once you reborn again, then, I'm tickling myself, then you're not under this law. So he really kind of accused you. That's why I said get under the grace, because you do not want to be under the law. If you under the law, then you dealing with this accuser that's accusing everybody that's breaking the law. Once you go under God's grace, then you no longer under the law. So you don't have nobody that's running around accusing you of everything going on. Get under the grace, y'all. And that's all I gotta say. Enjoy your day.